Welcome back. This is Drunkview, and we're still watching our Batman marathon. We watched Batman, the 66 version, starring Adam West and Burt Ward. So Connor, what is the plot of Batman 66?
Batman 1966, well technically it's Batman the movie, but whatever. Batman the movie stars Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin, and they are on a mission investigating a missing yacht. But as it turns out, it was never really there. In reality, it was a ruse created by the Joker, Catwoman, the Penguin, and the Riddler. And basically, Bruce falls in love with a reporter named Kitka, who turns out to be Catwoman, but he doesn't know that. And him and Kitka are captured by the group. Bruce Wayne gets away. Hijinks ensues. And the four supervillains capture the 9 members of the United Nations who are meeting in a tiny conference room in Gotham. And then Batman and Robin rescue them. They're dehydrated into these powder things. Powder people. They're not people, they're just powder.
Yeah.
But then Batman saves them. They get rehydrated and turned into people again. And everybody celebrates. And that's the plot of Batman the film, the movie, 1966. So Aiden, what did you think of Batman the movie, 1966?
I don't know. It's hard. It's not badly made. It's fine. It's really not like anything that's been made in a long, long time.
Right.
It's basically a 60s children's television show brought to screen. It's adorable and it's awkward and it's campy and it's weird. But it's also, our sensibilities are very, very different from that time. I can't call it bad. And I did laugh a few times. It does have a partial comedy slant to it, or mostly comedy slant. I don't know what they were going for most of the time. Sometimes there's stuff that's supposed to be dramatic and it's just Batman with a plastic shark on his leg. And I'm not sure what to feel. It did get me a couple times to laugh. The infamous scene where Batman's trying to get rid of the bomb. And he has to wait for marching bands and he tries to throw it over the side of the dock and there's a family of ducks. It's silly and stupid and adorable, but it's also just not much more than that. It's kind of hard to review. It's yeah, I mean it's fine. Maybe if you got a kid that likes Batman, they might get something out of it, but even then I'd kind of say probably not, because it's just so very vastly dumber than things that are made today. I don't know. Good stuff to talk about, truthfully. Connor, what'd you think of Batman 66?
I thought Batman 66 wasn't bad for what it was. I mean, the acting was all pretty good. It was meant to be kind of intentionally campy, so like everybody's over the top, especially Adam West and Burt Ward.
Yeah.
Like Aiden said,
Caesar Mustache Romero.
Yeah, Caesar Mustache Romero. The sensibilities have really changed, so a lot of the jokes didn't really land. There's some stuff that might have been dry humor, or maybe it's just funny by today's standards. It's very hard to tell what they were going for. They definitely knew what they were making was kind of stupid and campy, but they were having fun with it, you can tell. For what it is, it was shot pretty decently. Like for a 1960s
they got a real ass
film based on a television show.
They made a real ass Batmobile and real ass Batcopter.
Well, that was all the shit from the show. I think the Batcopter.
The real
was
flying
there.
Batcopters in the show?
Oh. I don't fucking remember, but the Batmobile's from the show.
I'm sure the Batmobile was back.
I'm sure they kept using it in the fucking show. Why not? It was made by the same fucking people.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, the villains were interesting because, like, Joker is a lot different than you would guess. He was kind of the straight man of the group, to be
really
honest.
was. Everyone else was even dumber than him.
I think it was because Cesar Romero probably was like the least willing to act that much in the movie, maybe? Because Joker was definitely the background character of the four.
Yeah.
Riddler was definitely more maniacal, although he was more accurate to the comics, I suppose, than the Jim Carrey version. He actually is just like, I want to do riddles for Batman. He makes riddles and shit.
Yeah, that's all he does.
Catwoman's kind of a seductress in the movie, I suppose, which is kind of what she was at that time. Kind of like a sneaky woman.
And Penguin just does random shit.
Yeah, Penguin just does random shit. There's like scenes where Penguin like goes in disguise and stuff, and it's all just campy goodness. I will point out, we watched the HD render of this, which holds up surprisingly well. Like, I saw Ninja Turtles in HD, and it doesn't look nearly as good as this movie. Granted, they were using smaller cameras then, so Ninja Turtles is a lot more dynamically shot than this, which they've probably had like a half-ton camera. So, I mean, there's kind of that trade-off, but, as far as it goes, it looked pretty good.
I like the climax of this movie being a bunch of guys punching each other on a fake submarine in a pool.
Yeah, like...
just like, everyone's just like falling off
it's just
the
like
sub,
60
and then they all
extras,
climb back out and get punched off again.
It's not like nowadays where once somebody's out in a movie, they're out, they're like flying over doing like theatric. It's like watching the WWE kind of is what I would describe that.
Everyone's doing like the goofy stunt falls off the side. They're like doing triple flips on their way down and just whatever, and then fucking around in the pool, climbing back up, jumping back off. I'm sure it was a fucking ball to film.
Yeah.
And that's the big climax of the movie.
I mean, as far as it goes, for what it is, it's somewhat entertaining 1960s Batman film, which obviously doesn't really hold up to our image of the character of today. It's far campier, takes itself a lot less seriously than the comics ever did. Even when comics would do like the baddie shit back in the day, where it was just like Robin goes to sleep and then goes back to caveman times, they still took themselves fairly seriously, where this is just kind of like them people just kind of having fun doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really reflected with like Adam West's attitude with the whole thing up until his death, where he would like cameo in a lot of shit.
He was on Family Guy like 12 quadrillion times.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
if you look at his IMDb, it's like Family Guy 95 episodes. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, he was the mayor.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean,
his whole role in that show, besides being the mayor, was pretty much just to make Batman references.
Yeah. But I mean, like, he literally, the last film role he did was an animated Batman 66 revival, because they were doing that in the late 2010s, pretty much up till his death, where they were really... I think it's because Warner Brothers got full rights back to the IP. That's the reason, cause,
probably.
Well, no, I know that for a fact. But, yeah. So, Aiden, would you recommend Batman 1966?
Probably generally no. I mean, most people aren't going to get a lot out of it. Batman fans might appreciate it just because of, seeing such a classic take on it. And I guess, it's tough to recommend. I do like it. I think it does have value. And it's adorable, and everyone who worked on it clearly loved working on it. But at the same time, it's not all that amazing to sit through. It has its moments, but it's quite different from anything that comes out nowadays. There's a subsection of people who may enjoy it, especially hardcore Batman fans who might like to see like this completely wild take on him, but in general, probably not. Connor, would you recommend Batman the movie?
You know, in most scenarios I wouldn't, but I will say, adding to what you said, I feel like this is like not a bad like Sunday morning. It's on fucking antenna TV. No, I'm serious. Like,
No,
it's on. If you find if it like is on TV, you know, like some morning, put it on in the background while you're playing on your phone and eating breakfast.
Yeah.
Why not? Like, I think it's nothing heavy. Like, it's not something where, like...
certainly not heavy.
Like, I actually had to, like, watch it and pay attention to this review, which was a little monotonous. But honestly, if I just had it on in the background and kind of peek up once in a while and kind of just laugh at the campiness of it, you know, it's a comfortable show.
Yeah.
You're not really going in for the heavy weight. And it's not, like, terribly done. There's shit happening at all times, so it's not boring. So, because that is one thing, like, I will say, like, 50s and 60s filmmakers and TV creators were good at. They could just fucking make something entertaining start to finish.
Yeah, regardless of watching the whole thing, you should look up the bomb scene, which most people have probably seen, because I know that's, like,
The most, like, parody.
the most iconic part of it, but it's funny. The bomb scene is actually legitimately pretty funny. And that gives a real good sense of the tone, and if you like that, you might like watching the rest of it.
So, I think that was our Batman 1966 review. Join us next time as we continue our marathon and go on to Batman Begins. The beginning of the end of this long fucking marathon.
It's not the beginning of the end, Connor. It's the beginning of the middle.
Why is that?
Because Batman vs. Superman is the length of 4 films.
It's its own trilogy. Goddamn, sitting through the extended version of that movie is gonna feel like sitting through a trilogy of films. That shit's like 3.5 hours long and it's fucking boring.
Pretty much is a trilogy. It's got like 5 different fucking movies packed into it. It's Batman vs. Superman, Batman and Superman vs. Lex Luthor, Batman and Superman versus the Cave Troll, Wonder Woman versus the Cave Troll for 30 seconds.
You know what I will say? I would recommend this movie over Batman v Superman.
That's an easy recommendation. How long is this one?
16, just hit